Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you ever so much if you've been with me from the start on this little lockdown mayhem. Thank you so much, guys. Like, subscribe, share any races that you think are fun. But welcome back. The last race of the season. We have finally got to the last race of the season. This is it, the big climax, last chance saloon, the big last push of this season. Thanks for joining me today. Abu Dhabi, beautiful track, in real life, rubbish racing. For some reason they never managed to make a great race out of it, but apart from 2013 I suppose. But beautiful track to play, tough, can't get a setup that's comfy. There's always a compromise with this circuit, and I'm really looking forward to this. This is the last one. This is potentially my last day in an Alphatauri, probably my last day in a Formula 1 car as well. But where do we go from here? Don't go anywhere, guys. The next video, brand new season. I have no idea where we're going to go yet, but before we get there, Abu Dhabi. So, it's been a tough day, really tough day. I've tried loads of different setups. The car isn't very competitive today. The AI is one of those tracks where the AI is really tough as well. As you can see, everything I tried didn't work in practice. Before the race, I updated the two worn components in the engine as well, so we've taken 15 place grid penalty for 2 upgrades, and then because of an incident I had where I spun, as you can see, I was given a 5 place penalty for a collision. So once again we're on the back foot, and confidence, cool head is key today. Basically we're going to have to, it's probably our last race in the car. Like I said, I can't wait to see where we go next. But before we do that, we have got to get a result. We have to, because we've got to beat Gasly in the standings. I can't remember where he qualified. We have to beat him, maybe the 2 Hasses if we can catch them on points today. It's going to take something special.
This is the final race of the season.
Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Abu Dhabi, the last race of this absolutely chaotic season. I'm really excited. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Okay, so I ended up running the increased top speed setup for qualifying because I couldn't agree and decide which one of my own setups or how much downforce I was going to need on this track to be competitive. Nothing works, as you saw, but increased top speed, I think this is going to be a 2-stop strategy, so we'll have a look. Yeah, it's a 2-stop strategy. It's going to start us on the soft tyre. That's great because we need to climb the field. We're going to be in fairly early, but I think most cars are going to be on a 2-stop. So if we can keep up, get in there, and then hopefully maintain competitiveness on the 2 medium tyre stints as well, 10 laps on each, 8 laps or so on the soft. Yeah, not a great deal to say about that really. It's going to be a 2-stop, like I said. I'm not going to change anything at all. This is my last chance now to show that we deserve a good drive for next season, and that we deserve to be in a competitive car. The fact is, we have only finished and completed and actually crossed the line in 6 of the last 21 Grand Prix, so if that, which is absolutely appalling. But then again, we're beating our teammate on points, so yeah, it's been a really strange season. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep this going just for my own amusement, but I'm going to change some of the settings in the next season. I'm going to remove the strict track limits because they're ridiculous and they take all the racing out of the game, but I'm going to get rid of the dynamic racing line as well, so I'm going to lose that element of trying to stay safe and competitive with the sim damage and the 0 flashbacks. So without further ado, 2-stop, soft, medium, medium, nothing else to say. I'll see you at the race. Okay guys, last race of the season, 3, 4, 5 lights, wish me luck as ever. Okay, not bad, let's go then. This is our last chance today, guys. Careful. Cool, yeah, not a bad little start there. Crawl through here, avoiding any contact. Which we can't.
first lap. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's not over yet, mate. As I go for a DRS on the first lap that isn't there, obviously. Oh, we've got to be careful here. Whoa, it's a bit unkind. A little bit of damage for our sins. Leclerc again, I reckon.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Yeah, we're going to live with it for now because we've made a couple of places up. Christ, if I end up at Ferrari, me and Leclerc are going to have to sort out our differences, I think. Not as I'm feeling that positive. Hopeful, mind. Yeah, car feels okay, so. He says.
We've reached a worrying level of wear on the internal combustion engine. Let's try and keep the revs down. Early upshifts, later downshifts.
I spent the whole second half of this season with wear issues. I hope the engine in the Red Bull is a bit more durable, again, if we get there. I don't think we're going to get there without a good result today, though. Haven't seen Gasly yet.
We're trailing our team.
Change up, Rich.
4.3 seconds.
Just in 7th, right? Yeah, how's Gasly doing?
They're in 7th. The
7th.
time last lap was a 1 minute 46.5.
We have got some work to do. And if we don't get a good drive next season, beating Gasly is still pretty important, I reckon. Yeah, we're lacking downforce in this second sector. For my little nudge. Can't get the power down. It's hovering over the throttle there. We're going to start losing time, aren't we, to the guys in front?
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
We have got it all to do today. The tall order. Don't brake there, just downshift and decelerate. Clean and tidy. Push as hard as we can.
Right,
Yeah,
we
just
think
did it.
the car behind might start to have fuel management issues. Let's see if we can use this to our advantage over the next few laps.
We must be a cursed driver for everybody behind in this season. So way over here. Nothing of any use, like, oh yeah, you're half a second down per lap with the damage and you're going to lose 20 seconds if you don't change it. I don't know, nothing, you know. That's the information.
The car in front is 2.2 seconds.
That's the information we need. You know, don't change the wing, you're still fast enough for the pace of the car, blah blah blah. Or, yeah, we're going to change it and you're going to go on the hard, you know, nothing at all. Just, oh yeah, the driver behind's a bit knackered. Skip breakfast, you know. Yeah, we are.
Power from the engine is down. There's a significant amount of wear on the engine now.
Dare I say it, quite looking forward to getting out of this car, to be honest with you now. It's been a test. And while I've not been perfect in any way, shape or form, the car has got away from us all season. I've been battling this car, tried everything in different races and different strategies, and none of it's worked. Put a good drive together in the Dutch Grand Prix and the Mexico Grand Prix. Everything else has just been a bloody nightmare. But it's not over yet. Lots of understeer. We had enough beforehand.
Gap to teammate ahead is 8.2 seconds. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. A new strategy is available.
Oh, here we go. New strategy time. Keeping it as tidy as I can though, under the circumstances. Okay, I was hoping for a hard tyre. I was hoping for a wing change and a hard tyre. It's clearly not the quickest way to go. I'm going to go in a lap earlier than our strategy as well. Go for an undercut. Wing change, I'm undecided yet.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.1 seconds.
Yeah, hand over fist now. As you can see how slow I am through this sector, it's where we're losing all of our time. Yeah, I'm not feeling very good about this race anymore. So I'm thinking auto wing change, hard tyres. Just make it a one stop, because I don't think we're going to gain anything at all. Penalty, no.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Trying to let him go as well, really. Yeah, we are slow.
Understood, copy that.
No, I'm going to stay out one more.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
And we're going to go wing change and hard tyres and just hope that it's the making of our race. Because with 2 stops and a wing change, we're just going to be stuck in 14th, aren't we? At best. Closed door on Leclerc there. But at this point, guys, I am...
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
I am desperate to get a result. Even a point. I don't think we're going to beat Gasly. Don't go anywhere, guys, because anything can happen, but I'm not feeling that optimistic about our results today. Obviously, staying out of the penalties is the priority, so that we have a chance of doing something. But I think 10 laps medium, 2 10-lap stints, they're capable of more laps. There's only 21 laps on the hard. We were going to stop twice anyway, and we have to change the wing. Let's go to hard, and if we have to pit again with the wear, then we'll do so, I think. At this point, it's kind of all I've got, really. Last race of the season, I don't want to be sat in 14th, just sitting pretty on the medium tyre.
It's time to utilise some of this energy.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Once again, I never rehearsed my pit entrance. Whew, crikey. Right then, auto repair, hard tyres. Everybody's come in, which is also good. Come on lads, you've had loads of practice this season of this.
Go, go, go.
Okay, not bad, not bad. We've got to hope our pace is strong. No penalties. I love this pit exit. Amazing. Right, no penalties. Competitive pace. Let's see if it comes back to us, guys, because we're doomed anyway. As I settle in for a very lonely stint. With rich fuel. Cold hard tyres again. Haven't seen these since Japan. Oh, it's a big nudge. I'm trying to... Absolutely relentless, aren't they? Leclerc has been my Achilles heel this season. Well, actually, I've been my own Achilles heel, but well, he goes in, so he's going to have better pace, but there's some more pit stops to be had here, as I don't look at the road. Have a little lift here. Yeah, cool.
Has come in and fitted the soft tyre.
Yeah, this is interesting again, because I don't know what our relative pace is going to be like, and if we can catch what I regard as slower cars, then that is a good sign. If we can't, then I've just put this season to bed, I think. It's still early days. We approach a third of the Grand Prix.
Pierre is in the pits.
Gasly's going in. He's miles away from me.
The car in front is 5.5 seconds.
Try and manage the oversteer so you don't breach the limits. I think I'm in danger of being lapped potentially as well. Blue flag to this session. Nice and wide through there just to keep it on the decel. Little surge of power there to knock up the corner. Going to come out for Latifi, I wonder. Oh Christ, right alongside. Ooh. He's got the inside line, but we've got the pace. Or not. Yeah, I think we got away with that. Use our brand new ERS from last race.
We're accumulating some
Or somebody.
wear on the MG UK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
This season's been great fun all season. It's been a right laugh, but I tell you what, as a competitive gamer, it's been so frustrating. But I'm never really that happy unless I'm fighting for points and results. You'll never see me sign for Mercedes, that's for sure.
The car behind might be struggling with fuel issues. See if you can increase the gap. So we're losing time. Losing time as the mediums go in. So Ocon or Norris. Short. Car's a little bit twitchy. Yeah, 4 seconds. I would like to have known if we were slower on a 1 stop on the hards than 2 stops, because it is quite often the case, but we've got our options open a little bit because we can go back in for soft tyres potentially if we feel like we've got the time or it calls for it. See what Jeff has to say about it as well. The car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres.
I think a 1 stop is pretty brave on this circuit in this race, but we couldn't afford not to change the wing, could we, as usual.
Back by about 0.3 a lap.
Yeah, we're losing time again. But we're left with no real choice but to improvise, I think. 18th, 6 seconds behind. They're going to have to stop again. We've got to keep them in front, we've got to keep them behind when they do stop. If we overtake them on strategy. Can't lose Latifi either, which is a bit of a sign really as to how difficult it is on this circuit, AI wise. I just hate the races, you know. I hate the races where you struggle all practice and you barely hit any of the targets and play around with 5 different setups and, you know, sort of really scraping the barrel. And it's those tracks where you do that, but your teammate is, you know, Q3, top 10, and you're like, it's a bit depressing. 7 seconds behind now. Are we? Okay, so Jeff seems to think they're going to last. But I always take what he says with a pinch of salt, as you know. I recommend you do the same. Big snap there. Love one of those tracks, it's beautiful and that. Never feels like you're going fast enough. Always feels like you could go quicker, but I'm not pushing me luck today. It's the last chance for a result, and as you can see, I'm pretty desperate for it. I get some traction by an early upshift there as well. Bit of slippery part of the track there, that exit. Definitely losing time, surely. Curve and go wide there as well. Worth half a second, yep. Really have bitten off more than I can chew today. We had to make those component changes, mind you, having said that. I only managed to qualify 15th in Q2 anyway. Fighting the car a little bit. I can still see them on the hairpin when I approach this little chicane. And they have got to stop, so it's anybody's guess. Not as competitive to finish the season as I'd hoped for, but I knew from previous experience on this game that we were going to be fighting every lap. It's pretty lonely out here. Just like me, you guys are hanging on for the strategy to unfold. Let's face it, we know how well that works normally. I keep thinking I'm pushing my limits here, but I'm not getting warnings. Obviously on this cockpit view you can see the tyres, but you're not really keeping an eye on where you are on the inside line, on that outside tyre. See, brake on the curb there, big lock up. Gained a bit of time, mind. Definitely slower through there than I wish I could be, but I don't want to lock up every time. Lift. Flat out for his 7th gear.
Okay, gap ahead is 7.7 seconds.
Bit of a late brake there. Late. Pulled it back. Yeah, we are in no man's land. Plenty of fuel, no battery charge. And an Alfa Romeo that we can't catch. Camera still recording? Yep. ease off, just not to run wide there and get a bollock in. Sort your gears out, Rich. Lost a lot of time that lap there. That was sloppy. Sloppier. No, no, no. Just goes to show what happens if you push even harder than your limits. You're losing so much time. I can't see us gaining many places on this second stop is my issue, but I'll catch them up hopefully and put ourselves in there. Really thought that was another warning, but wide again, look. Stewards are falling asleep in the control room, I think. Otherwise they'd have been all over me there. Another massive nudge. That was slow, but calm it down. Got a pit stop. Bit of ERS, let's throw an at it for a second. Wide.
You've moved up to P15. We are now in P15.
Okay. But if we're in P15 and we can't catch Grosjean, then we're in a bit of bother as well.
Keep pushing. The car behind can't keep up with the pace. We think they're struggling with fuel.
It's like 7 times a race, I get that. Better anything I don't struggle with, I think. Lots of snappiness, cars all over the place. Look at that. This car has been awful to me this year. I haven't driven it very well. It hasn't been easy to drive.
The car behind has boxed for
We just don't have the pace.
Car behind on the medium tyre.
Look at him go. Look at him go. Working in pits. I wonder if McLaren would have me. I think Red Bull will somehow. I do like McLaren. Or Ferrari. Or at this point, Williams. I wonder if we can bring Williams back to the top. Yeah, I doubt that. Not on our own anyway. 14. Not for long, I don't think. That's wide again. Deserve a little bit more than that, I think. hadn't really thought through the idea of keeping drivers like Ricciardo behind. If we did get past them, which we have obviously on strategy. One thing gaining places. But where was that as well? What the hell? One thing gaining places on strategy, but keeping them when you're on the track is in a car that feels a bit like a fucking Bronco and like a horse that the horse that doesn't want you on its back, sort of thing.
Our gap to the car in front is 5.4 seconds.
Still recording? Yep, sweet. Basically a factory reset just to record a 40-minute video on YouTube. No, it's all good. Right, enough joking around here. I'll let him go there, look. I've pulled over.
Okay, keep on him. He might make a mistake.
No, he's too quick, mate.
Pierre is in for his stop.
As he's in. That's interesting. I say interesting, he's like half a lap ahead of me, so... Oh, God. Our only saving grace is that he's already had a go at Red Bull. In this little parallel universe that we're playing with now, I think Albon's probably going to get a second drive, or rightfully so, Perez is going to get the seat. Only 8 laps left. This has been rubbish. I can only apologise, guys. I'm pushing and pushing here. Yellow flag though. I wonder what that brings. Can't see any cars. There he is. No, that's a 50 distant marker. 14th then. Just need another 12 DNFs and we're sorted. Yeah, I've tried everything. We gave it a go, didn't we? Let me know in the comments though, please. Guys. If you had, in my shoes there, with a bit of wing damage that was enough to slow you down, would you have stayed 2-stop and gone medium and been a bit quicker, or do we think we did the right thing for a change? Look at those nice yachts on the right hand side in the bay there, Marina Bay, and I'm thinking, well, this car handles a bit like a yacht actually. Not even that well, to be honest, as you can see. Looking back some behind me now. For pride, if nothing else. The worst part about it is, oh, we've got some pits. Go on, stay there. Go on, stay there. Stay there. Twelfth then. Yeah, we were never getting 12th on a 2-stop with a wing change, were we? Let's be real. We haven't finished in 12th yet. It's not over. What was I saying? Can't remember. Seconds to Ricciardo then. Has Ocon gone on the softs? I reckon he has, because he started on the mediums, didn't he? Yeah, that's a boy. When you know, you know, you know. But here's hoping for a couple of pit stops though, on a point maybe. Definitely on my last warning for limits, aren't I? I've got to bring it home. Keep 12th, which is a pretty respectable result from 20th. Although still disappointing in my eyes. With no penalties.
Gap to car in front is
Because
7.4 seconds.
I'll be honest with you guys, if I get a penalty at this late stage of the race, I'm going to put it in the wall. Just a shame we had a couple of component changes, because even 15th, you look back and you go, well, if we're 12th from 20th, and we'd started 15th, you know? That 5 places, we may be, you know, top 10 right now. But we can't do, hello, Magnussen's finally having a go, but we'll try and keep you inside. We can't get the traction, can we? You'll have DRS as well. I've got it as well. It's a sprint to the next braking point. We've got him. Sweet. Don't think that battle's over though. I can't send it any more than this, guys. It's always an enjoyable race, Abu Dhabi.
We're trailing our teammate by
Requires a lot more
22.5
concentration than a lot of
seconds.
tracks. 22 seconds behind Gasly. What's he found there? What's he done to the car that he didn't tell us about? A little bit keen there. I can't tell you guys how excited I am to start filming the next video, which I'm going to do straight away after this race, and then sharing with you guys how our career unfolds and where we end up. Ready for a brand new season. More of the same, I expect. If you haven't subscribed now, then nothing's going to change, because it's just going to be me in a different colour car with a different colour helmet doing the same, making the same mistakes. Oh, another big nudge there. Giving him place though, not having it. Oh dear. Yeah, loads of time lost now. You can't grumble at 12th from 20th, I don't think, with a wing change. But I wanted to finish this season with a point or two, you know. Gasly's nicely in the points. He's definitely going to beat us on the standing front. Mind you, Jesus, he probably deserves to beat us, if I'm honest with you, because he's only retired a couple of times, and all I seem to have done this season is retire. So, you know, expecting a little bit much to beat him in the standings, if I'm honest. If you followed it all season, or even followed the results, then you'll know that basically I've done all my points in 3 races, and it's now race 22, so he's been more consistent.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
yeah, still loads of fuel. Gonna assess that for next season. Mind you, a different car will probably have a different, totally different, profound effect on fuel management. Although you haven't seen it, I have been R&Ding and upgrading little components with the R&D points all season. So I've maxed the car out because I've maxed it out, but every point that I've that I can possibly earn with these settings I've earned and spent. So the car is nicer than it was to begin with. There's no Red Bull, is it? Nobody's got to come in then? No box. Out on the curb there, and then you just heart sinks. Norris behind though. Didn't realise Norris was behind, but not for long. Close the door on that little right-hander there. If we can beat Norris on the soft tyre, then I'll be pleased with that. Like I say, it's just top 10 would have been awesome to finish the season. But maybe driver of the day, that might help us if we get it. I just have no idea where we're going with this career. I want Red Bull because it's the perfect story, but you have to wait and see, guys. Subscribe and like if you want to see where we end up for the next video, the next season. I'm going to up the ante, so if I get a better car I'm going to make it harder for myself, I promise. But these track limits they've got to go, because I'm watching YouTube, I'm watching Lando and George on YouTube, and they're not using strict track limits, that's for sure, because I'm watching them. They are definitely pushing the limits and not getting penalties like I've been getting all season, so that's going to have to go, I think, if we're going to be in a car that's got potential, or more potential. Or does a part of me stick with Alphatauri for a second year and we build on it?
Some information on Russell, they seem to have an issue.
Come on. I always like to change car. Never midway through the season, I don't believe in that, but season to season. Change of scenery is always good. As we fight Norris, we have to let him go on. It's heartbreaking. 13th doesn't sound quite as good in my book. I better get him though. You stick with him. Oversteer, oversteer, understeer. Grip. Might be our teammate next season, who knows? Bit of McLaren action.
There's 3 laps.
Competitive car, but they're not the front. In 2020 terms. But I might create my own team, who knows? Don't go anywhere, stick around for it. 2 laps left then.
Okay, the car behind is catching you by 5
This is where I knew we'd start. Yeah. Knew we'd start losing some grip and being susceptible.
2.4 seconds.
But we cannot let Giovinazzi pass, we just can't. McLarens and Ferraris are one thing, but I'm not letting an Alpha past. I'll sooner retire. I'd sooner die, man. Leclerc 15th though. Mind you, I think he gave us a nudge, didn't he? So we might have put himself out of contention a little bit with that. And I feel like there's a bit of karma there for that, if that's the case. But he's not going to, I don't think he's going to catch us, even if Giovinazzi has a go. We should be safe from Leclerc, providing I can keep it in the limits. Understeer there. One thing's for sure, I'm going to have to brush up on my racing line knowledge if I turn these little lines off, because they're easy to follow when you're especially when you're fighting a car anyway, you're fighting your own car. So when they go, Christ knows. I've got experience of it, but not in a car that tries to throw you off, like I said, every corner. Lewis, look at that. We didn't get lapped at least. No, you're not having it, mate. You're not having it. Right, we can run the ERS for the rest of the lap. Keep rich fuel. We're obviously putting too much fuel in the car, you know, weighing us down a little bit. And I don't know, really. Again, let me know in the comments. Never really had the opportunity before, like I have this season, to run rich fuel so much. Right then, last sector. Quite enjoyable little race, gone quite quickly. Oversteer, understeer. Yeah, want to keep this position. It's not over yet. That was silly. That was silly as well. Ah. No. What a way to finish the season. What a way to finish the season. There we go.
Good effort.
Guys.
It's been a tough year and we've been through a lot, but we'll keep at it, keep improving.
We have.
We'll bounce back next season.
Well, you will. I won't be driving it. Oh, we tried everything, you know. This season, we've tried everything. Nothing left to try, apart from maybe a freewheeler or something. I don't know. What a season, guys. I look back on it, I've been way worse than I expected. Thanks ever so much if you've enjoyed it, for checking it out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep going until I go back to work. I'm going to nail these settings. I'm going to get better, and I'm going to fight for a good seat. Yeah, that was, we didn't stand a chance today. We didn't stand a chance really with those penalties that we started with, and a sneaky little five place penalty for a collision when we spun as well. So it's just, odds have always been against us this season, and I think I've done my absolute best to roll with it and roll with the punches, as it were, and just take it on the chin every single race. So I couldn't have given it much more. But I'm going to practice, and then we are going to come back stronger, that is for sure. So guys, thanks ever so much once again. Hope you've enjoyed it. End of season 1. What a month it's been. It's taken over my life. Don't go anywhere. Like and subscribe, okay? And look for the next video that's coming at you, and we are going to see where we end up. Gasly 6th, that's a great result. We stayed 15th. Where did we finish? So Gasly 13th, we finished 16th, 15 points, 22 points. Yeah, back to 7th, which is good, but again, I played no real part in that. Not today anyway. So 7th in the Constructors, 16th in the Drivers. We've been beaten by our teammate, but check back in, next video, see where we are, and it'll be welcome to a new season. Cheers guys, take care.